Welcome to Shomach Shov on the Daf. She responds, "Olu Nishma Sar Me'Akvashom Le'Abbas Yitzchok." We are holding Metzia Daf Kuf Tes. The Gemara Amud Beis brings the somewhat complicated sugya of the cheshbonos that the shatl, the planter, gets 50% of the produce of the field, while the oris, the sharecropper, gets a third. And if the shatl leaves, what is the cheshbon of how much does the owner have a tviyah, have a claim to give to the oris? So the Gemara brings in the sugya that Rav Acha, Breit Rav Yosef, asked Rav Ashi. He asked him a question regarding that in that cheshbon. So told him Rav Ashi, Ki motis the shchitas Kodshim. When we come to Mesechet Zvachim, Tove actually, then come and ask me the question. Rashi says, I see that you're very sharp. So when you get to Mesechet Zvachim, where it's very, very deep, come and ask me some questions, because I want to come and answer your questions. The Chayei Adam, he has the second Hagdama, which is called Hagdama Achroina, the Chayei Adam, where he gave a preview of his Sefer Chayei Adam, the Sefer, which is a Sefer Halacha that he wrote. So he comes and he brings this Gemara, brings the Rashi, says a little doichak what Rashi says. He wants to explain a little different shot. And he goes on to say like this. Obviously, pilpul of Torah, learning Be'ir and learning pilpul is very, very chashuv. But what HaKadosh Baruch Hu wants more is for a person to know the mitzvahs and the pratim and the halachas. And he brings the shach in Yeridei Simon Reish Vov that says that the people learn Gemara. He says balabatim that they learn only 3 or 4 hours a day. Not only that, they should not learn only Gemara. They have to learn halachas because they have to know what to do. So he goes on to say like this: the Torah includes 2 parts. One part is the Limud Torah. Limud Torah is every single mesechto. Anything you learn is part of Limud Torah. But then there's another part of Torah, and that is Limud al Menas Lasos. You have to learn in order to be able to do. And that comes first. In other words, you need to have to be able to know what to do. He says that's why the Rif in the Rosh, when they wrote their halachas, they didn't write it on Kodshim. They wrote it only in Mesechtas the Neragas Lamaise. Why? Because they came to give us the Lilmoid al Nas Lasos. Of course, there's a chashivus to learn any part of Torah, but that's the first part of Torah. But they were focused on the second part of Torah. And the second part of Torah is you have to come and Lilmoid Nas Lasos. You have to know what to do. And that is, then you have to deal with the halacha lamaise in yonim, and not things that are not lamaise. So then he comes and he brings our Gemara. And he says, when part of the question in Rashi, he says, we know, why is he pushing him to Kodshim? So he explains, Rav Ashi was doing a chazara on the halachos psukos that we have. And that was the ikar limud that they had. Yes, when they had some time, they also made palpel, they also went and discussed other things. But the main limud was halachos psukos, what to do halacha l'maaseh. That's what Rav Ashi was busy with. Came Rav Acha, Breit Rav Yosef, and asked him a question, which was a pilpul question. He asked him, the Lundis, the so it's supposed to be a little different. So told Rav Ashi, when we get to Kodshim, Kodshim is not a Gel Lamaisa today. So why are we learning Kodshim? That's the first part of Torah, of learning every chelik of Torah. So when I will be in that part of learning, a learning which is Lilmoid, al Menas Lilmoid, we're learning Lilmoid just for learning. Then to come and ask you all the Lomdisha questions that we have also here in Bava Metzia. But right now I'm not focused on that. Right now I'm focused on halacha l'maaseh. Now I'm learning the halachas psukos. So if I'm learning the halachas psukos, don't come and bring me a Lomdisha question if it's not negia here l'maaseh. And that's what the Chayei Adam brings as Zagdama to explain why the halachas of our Chaim are so important to know. You need to know what to do every day. You need to know what to do with davening. You need to know what to do with Hilchos Shabbos. The day-to-day halacha l'maaseh. That's the most important thing for a person to know first. Then he can go, if he has more time, to learn belumdis other parts of Torah. Anyone who wants to join the Shomach Shava email list, who wants to go, please email shomachshava@gmail.com.